Is ADHD even real? Are ADHD medications overprescribed or harmful? I'm Dr. Kristen Carruthers, a clinical psychologist. Today, I'll be debunking some of the internet's most toxic myths about ADHD. Is ADHD real? Yes, ADHD is real. And I think the fact that we have this as a question is really based on the fact that many people have trouble accepting ADHD as something that people can struggle with because it's an invisible disability. The reason it's likely invisible is many people have done a good job of masking their symptoms. For the people that they're around consistently, it may seem like they don't really have a struggle when they do have a struggle. We have research that supports the existence of ADHD, and it is a real issue. Are ADHD medications overprescribed or harmful? I think it's really important to make the distinction between overprescribed and misprescribed. There are circumstances where a person may not have the correct diagnosis or have a full ADHD diagnosis and be prescribed a medication for ADHD. What the research overwhelmingly supports is that for people who are diagnosed with ADHD, meaning they really present with the disorder, stimulant medication or ADHD medications are effective, safe, and have long-term benefits. In terms of determining whether or not these medications are harmful, what you really want to look at is whether or not the risk of taking the medications outweigh the benefits. And for many children, adolescents, and adults, the benefits of ADHD medication are that they allow people to have self-regulation and behavioral control and impulse control. We don't see long-term negative effects of being on stimulant medication from a research point of view. One of the toxic myths that concerns me as a Black clinical psychologist is that ADHD is both not real and that it's overdiagnosed in Black boys specifically. When we don't think it's a real thing and then somebody could benefit from an intervention to address it, a child could be left without the type of support that they need, which can have negative long-term effects into adulthood. So what I want to say to my community and other communities that may be hearing similar myths or stigma is that ADHD is real and that it is treatable. And if you're concerned about diagnosis, you can seek support from clinicians who are licensed and experts. Does everybody have ADHD? No, everybody does not have ADHD. You might experience some traits of ADHD. Everybody has times when they forget things or they're distracted or they have difficulty finishing a task. The difference with ADHD is that those same traits are chronic. They are impacting every aspect of your life and getting in the way. Are people with ADHD just lazy? Ugh. I think that's so mean. A lot of people with ADHD are accustomed to hearing, just try harder, or you're not working hard enough, or you're being lazy. What could be a very simplistic or easy task for somebody without ADHD takes a lot of effort, a lot of planning, and a lot of time for somebody who does have ADHD. So what we see isn't laziness, it's ADHD. Is ADHD a superpower? I think we want to be kind of careful about calling ADHD a superpower because on the one hand, while there are some really great things about having ADHD, like creativity, being able to think outside of the box and making decisions at the spur of the moment when necessary, there are also many other things that come along with ADHD that are really problematic or difficult to manage in your everyday life. So calling it a superpower can actually feel pretty invalidating, especially when people have struggles on a daily basis that they experience as a result of having ADHD. Can you get ADHD from bad parenting? First off, I want to say, no, you cannot get ADHD from bad parenting. As parents, we have lots to worry about, and causing ADHD to our list is not helpful. ADHD is a neurodevelopmental disorder. It does have hereditary components, which means that if you have ADHD, your child might be more likely to have ADHD. The important thing to know is you can impact ADHD with good parenting practices and tools. Educating yourself about ADHD will enable you to advocate for your child and give them the tools they need to succeed. Is ADHD caused by screens? No, ADHD is not caused by screens. However, screens and the things associated with screens are highly reinforcing to most brains. You get very high output for very little input. So lots of big rewards for very little behavior is super engaging. And so you're more likely to lose time or to stay stuck or fixated when you have a screen because it's interesting and reinforcing. How do toxic myths affect people with ADHD? As a psychologist, what I see is that there are three primary ways that toxic myths affect people with ADHD. The first way is stigma. So people may hear things like, oh, you're just lazy, or you should try harder, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. And when people are told those things about the very real symptoms that they face, they then, number two, feel invalidated. And that invalidation makes you less likely to trust that your experience is real. And when you don't trust that your experience is real, you're going to do number three, which is be less likely to seek help and get the support that you need. Did you like this video? Because we have a lot more resources like these on our channel. So go ahead and subscribe to get the latest research and tips from top experts like me on learning and thinking differences like ADHD and dyslexia.